Hello and welcome to ABC Interactive English. I'm Mike.
And I'm Hanny.
And hey, thanks for joining us at our monthly grammar clinic, otherwise known as Annie's Mailbox.
Right. This is where we read a letter from one of our viewers and then also check out some of the common grammar mistakes that people might make when they write in English.
Yeah, it's sort of like going to the doctor to get a grammar checkup.
That's right. And this idea of keeping your grammar healthy actually works really well for the topic of this month's letter, which is all about the COVID-19 situation that the world has been dealing with this year.
And since the title of the letter and our unit for this month is My Hero, wow, we could be talking about a lot of people who have been heroes during COVID-19. Of course, all of the doctors, nurses, and other hospital staff who have been taking care of the sickest people in hospital. They are absolute heroes.
Right. And then there are the store workers, truck drivers, and food delivery people that have stayed at their jobs to keep things going while lots of other people have been stuck at home.
And you can also call yourself a small hero if you've just been listening to the advice of doctors by wearing a mask, washing your hands, and staying away from busy public areas.
But here in Taiwan, one person has been really leading from the front, as this country has done a great job of fighting COVID-19. This man has been on TV and the internet every single day, giving us the information we need to stay safe. His name is Chen Shizhong.
So let's read this letter written by a young man named Ryan, which is all about our COVID hero, Mr. Chen. And then we'll check out some of the grammar problems that we might find as we read through the letter.
Okay, now let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll start reading Ryan's letter.
My Hero. Dear Annie, my hero is the leader of the CECC, Shizhong Chen. During the COVID-19 outbreak, he was there to protect the people in Taiwan. Every afternoon, he hosted a press conference. He talked in a nice but firm way. He tried to understand everyone's situation. He acted and spoke calmly so that people wouldn't get nervous. Because of that, most people believed him, and so did I. I want to be a hero like him. Things were difficult, but with Mr. Chen, we could all face the future. Sincerely, Ryan.
Explanation 1.
Okay, as we mentioned, the title for the letter in Annie's mailbox this month is My Hero. And the first sentence of the letter reads, Dear Annie, my hero is the leader of the CECC, Shizhong Chen. Okay, so that's a good way to begin a fairly short letter like this. Get right to the point.
Right, we know what the letter is about. A person's hero. And now we know the name of the person too. So let's go back to the article. The next sentence tells us, during the COVID-19 outbreak, he was there to protect the Taiwan people. Absolutely. As Minister of Health, that was his job and he did it very well.
Yes, he did. And he had lots of help, of course, from many other government and hospital workers, along with a good plan from the government. But yes, as we turn from Mr. Chen, the Minister of Health, to the health of our letter for this month, we can see the first signs of sickness.
Oh no, Dr. Grammer, is it serious?
Yes, nurse, I'm afraid it is. The patient has used The wrong word. But don't worry, we can save him. Mr. Chen hasn't just protected the Taiwan people. That would be like saying that he protected Taiwanese people only. People who were born in this country and who, for example, have a Taiwanese passport. No, no, no. He protected everyone in Taiwan, not just Taiwanese. There are tens of thousands of foreigners who live in Taiwan, like me, and he protected us too. So that's why Mr. Chen is a hero to me too. So, to be correct, the sentence should say that he protected all of the people who were in the country. In is the important word. He protected the people in Taiwan.
好 ，Ryan 这封信是在写他的英雄，他的英雄是中央疫情指挥中心的陈时中指挥官。那么 CECC 就是中央疫情指挥中心的英文缩写。那顺便学一下，部长的英文是 Minister。好，那么接着 Ryan 他就写到说 ，During the COVID-19 outbreak, he was there to protect the Taiwan people. 在新冠肺炎爆发期间，他坚守岗位，保护在台湾这块土地上的人民。好，那么句子里面的 outbreak 是当名词来表达爆发，像是疫情的爆发。那么句子里面的 the Taiwan people 是错误用法哦。Taiwan 是名词 ，Taiwanese 才是形容词。可是如果你用 the Taiwanese people 来表达台湾人，它指的是拥有台湾国籍的人。那么 Ryan 应该是要表达生活在台湾这块土地上的人民，所以用 the people in Taiwan 表达会比较恰当。我们来造两个例句。Hundreds of thousands of Taiwanese people live in China. 有数十万的台湾人住在中国。Many people in Taiwan ride scooters to work. 台湾有很多人骑机车上班。好，那么因此 Ryan 应该把 the Taiwan people 改成 the people in Taiwan 才正确。So the correct sentence should read,
During the COVID-19 outbreak, he was there to protect the people in Taiwan.
Okay, let's move on now. Next, it says, every afternoons, he hosted a press conference. More signs of sickness. Well, I think I can help. But first, I must wash my hands.
You do that, and I'll explain this. Mr. Chen had a press conference where he appeared on TV to give us all COVID-19 news every afternoon. You don't need to put an S on afternoon because we already said that it was every afternoon. All of them. That's many. That's more than one. So if you use the word every, the noun coming after doesn't need the S.
Good job, Mike.
Yeah, thank you. And your hands, are they clean?
Yes, they are very
Good.
clean. 读到信件的下一句 Every afternoons, he hosted a press conference. 他每天下午都召开记者会。那么 press conference 就表示记者会。好，我们来看 every 这个形容词，它是形容每一个的。那后面接的名词必须是单数，像 every child 每个小孩 ，every car 每辆车 ，every morning 每天早上等等。例如 I have coffee every morning 我每天早上都喝咖啡。回到 Ryan 的句子 ，afternoons 的 s 要拿掉，写作 every afternoon 才正确哦。So the correct sentence should read,
Every afternoon, he hosted a press conference.
So yes, Mr. Chen's afternoon press conferences were quite famous, and most people would see what he had to say.
And not only was the information he told us very important, but the way he told us was also something that people liked. Ryan writes in his letter, he talked on a nice but firm way. He didn't scare people, which is good, but he also let people know that this disease was very serious and we had to pay attention and be careful.
And since it's our job to be careful with grammar, we need to talk about the signs of illness in this sentence of Ryan's letter.
Yes, this patient has a problem with using on or in after a verb. You see, when talking about how someone does something, we usually use in. They sing in a beautiful way. They write in long sentences. They talk in an angry voice. So in this sentence, on should be an in.
下一句呢，写到说 He talked on a nice but firm way. 他说话的口吻和善但坚定。那么 firm 就是形容坚定的。那这个句子的字面意思就是要表达他以和善却坚定的方式讲话。我们要表达以什么什么方式做某事，这个英文用法是动词加上 in a 或是 in 加形容词加上 way in a 什么什么 way， 这个介系词要用 in。例如 They solved the problem in a different way. 他们以不同的方式来解决那个问题。所以呢 Ryan 应该把介系词 on 改成 in， 写成 in a nice but firm way 才正确哦。So the correct sentence should read,
He talked in a nice but firm way. So Mr. Chen spoke to the public in a friendly but firm way. People like that, and of course there was a good reason for him to do it this way. The letter says, he tried to understand everyone's situation.
Ryan 写到陈部长会试着去理解每个人的处境情况，那么 situation 这个字就表示情况处境。Sure, with millions of people in Taiwan watching and also being in danger of getting sick, he had to think about everyone.
Right, so as we reach the break, we read, he acted and spoke calm so that people wouldn't get nervous. No, just before the break, we can see there's been another outbreak of grammar mistakes 19. Gramvid-19. It's not as bad as COVID-19, but it will make you fail your English test. Here the writer wrote that Mr. Chen spoke calm, which is an adjective, when he should have used the adverb form calmly. We're talking about how Mr. Chen speaks, which is a verb. When describing a verb, use an adverb. Adjectives are for nouns.
好，读到下一句 He acted and spoke calm so that people wouldn't get nervous. 他的言行十分冷静，让人民不会感到紧张。那句子里面的 calm 是形容词，形容冷静的、镇静的。形容词是用来修饰名词，可是 Ryan 是要表达陈部长的举止表现和说话都很冷静，这是在修饰动词 act 和 speak， 所以应该改用副词 calmly。例如Tina is a very calm person. Tina 是非常冷静的人。这边 calm 是形容 person 这个名词。She answered the question calmly. 她冷静地回答那个问题。那这边我们用 calmly 副词来修饰回答的动作。回到 Ryan 的句子，他只要把形容词 calm 改成副词 calmly， 那就正确咯。So the correct sentence should read,
He acted and spoke calmly so that people wouldn't get nervous. Okay, break time now, but we'll be back soon.
Explanation 2.
So, I think we can all agree that Taiwan's Minister of Health has done a great job of guiding this country and its people through the troubles of the COVID-19 pandemic. The disease hasn't gone away yet, but we here in Taiwan are in a better position today because of what Mr. Chen and many other people have done.
And as we've been reading in our letter, his daily press conferences were a big part of that. His calm but serious tone gave people here the idea that while this was a serious problem, things were going to be okay if we worked together. As we get to the end of Ryan's letter, he writes about Mr. Chen's way of speaking. Because of that, most people believed him and so am I. Uh-oh, another accident in world of grammar. Let's get this patient in the ambulance and off to the grammar hospital right away.
Well, this one doesn't seem too serious, so I'm sure we'll have it fixed up in no time. It's not so am I, it's so do I. It's a verb you are agreeing with here, not an adjective. If you said, John is tall and you are also tall, then so am I would be fine because tall is an adjective. But this sentence talked about how people believed Mr. Chen, and Ryan also believed Mr. Chen. Believe is a verb. John eats rice every day, and so do I. We're talking about eating, which is a verb. And why is it did instead of do? Because believe was in the past tense, so the verbs need to match.
好，读到信件的下一句 Because of that, most people believed him, and so am I. 因此，大部分的民众信任他，我也是。那这边我们来学习肯定复合句。用 so 来表达肯定复合句的时候，句型结构是 so 加上 be 动词或助动词加主词。那要去判断你的 be 动词或助动词，你就是看主要子句时态跟动词是要一致的哦。举例来说。Katrina has been to Okinawa, so have I. Katrina 去过冲绳，我也去过。那主要子句用 has 这个助动词，所以我们用 so have I. They are excited about the trip, so am I. 他们对这次的旅行感到兴奋，我也是。那主要子句是用 they are， 这个 are 是 be 动词，所以我们用 so am I。好，回头来看 Ryan 的句子，主要子句它是用过去式的动词 believed， 所以这时候复合句就要用 so did I 来表示才正确哦。So the correct sentence should read,
Because of that, most people believed him, and so did I.
So Ryan just said that he and everyone else believed Mr. Chen, and that was one of the reasons he was good leader for the country during COVID-19.
And Ryan goes on to tell us, I want to be a hero like him, and finishes his letter by saying, things were difficult, but with Mr. Chen, we could all face the future. Absolutely, and well said, Ryan. This country owes the Minister of Health and many other hardworking folks a big thank you for all that they have done over the past months to keep us all safe. You're all heroes.
And thanks to you guys for joining us for another Annie's Mailbox. We'll be back with much more very soon. Until then, stay safe.
Stay healthy.
And bye-bye.
Oh, and wash your hands.
Yeah.
And wear a mask.
My hero. Dear Annie, my hero is the leader of the CECC, Chen. During the COVID-19 outbreak, he was there to protect the people in Taiwan. Every afternoon, he hosted a press conference. He talked in a nice but firm way. He tried to understand everyone's situation. He acted and spoke calmly so that people wouldn't get nervous. Because of that, most people believed him, and so did I. I want to be a hero like him. Things were difficult, but with Mr. Chen, we could all face the future. Sincerely, Ryan.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。今天要介绍的文法重点是 as 的用法。as 这个字呢，可以当连接词、介系词，还可以搭配其他的字形成不同的片语。现在我们就先来看看 as 当连接词的用法。首先 as 作为连接词，第一种用法是表达程度，或是按照，或是像什么什么一样。例如 Nobody runs as fast as Nathan， 没有人跑得像 Nathan 一样快。再看个例句 Do as you like， 按照你喜欢的去做吧。那么 as 当连接词的第二种用法是指 当什么什么时，或是在什么什么的同时，这就等同于 when 或是 while。例如 As Julie was showing me around, we ran into Darren. 当 Julie 带我到处参观时，我们碰巧遇到 Darren。第三种用法就等同于 because， 表示因为。例如 As it was late, they decided to take a taxi home. 因为很晚了，他们决定搭计程车回家。接着我们来学 as 作为介系词的用法，表示作为什么什么，身为什么什么，后面通常会接某个角色或是某个身份。例如 Zach works as a journalist. Zach 是一位记者。As a student, you have to follow school rules. 身为一位学生，你必须要遵守校规。最后要介绍的是跟 as 相关的片语。As a matter of fact 表示事实上，那这个副词片语呢是用来强调某个事实，像是 Mr. Lee seems like a serious teacher, but as a matter of fact, he's quite funny. 李先生呢看起来像是一位严肃的老师，但事实上他很有趣。下一个片语 as well as 表示既怎么样也怎么样，像是 Sally is smart as well as beautiful. Sally 既聪明又漂亮。至于 the same as 是指与什么什么相同，像是 Hector takes the same class as my brother. Hector 和我哥哥修同一门课。好，接着 as long as 表示只要，后面接的子句通常会列出某一个条件，例如 You'll enjoy the rock concert as long as you don't mind loud music. 只要你不介意嘈杂的音乐，你将会喜欢这场摇滚演唱会。最后 as soon as possible 表示尽快，例如 You'd better get someone to repair your car as soon as possible. 你最好尽快叫人修理你的车子。好，以上是今天的讲解，希望同学们已经学会 as 的用法了。我们下次见 ，See you next time. Bye. Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny， 欢迎收看我们1分钟的单元。在这1分钟的时间里面，我们要来看5个句子，然后看看这些句子哪里出了问题，然后把错误订正过来。同学们，您都准备好了没？我有点紧张。好，1分钟计时开始。第一句叫做 During the COVID-19 outbreak, he was there to protect the Taiwan people. 在新冠肺炎爆发期间，他坚守岗位保护台湾人民。好，台湾是名词，你不能只用台湾 people 来指台湾人，所以你应该说在台湾这块土地上的人他都有保护嘛，你要说 the people in Taiwan 才对。第二句 Every afternoons he hosted a press conference. 他每天下午都召开记者会。那么 every 是形容每一个的，后面就要接单数的，所以你要说 every afternoon 不能加 s。第三句 he talked on a nice but firm way. 他说话的口吻和善而且坚定。way 是指方式，你要用 in 什么什么 way 来表达以什么样的方式，所以是 in a nice but firm way。第四句 he acted and spoke calm so that people wouldn't get nervous. 他的言行十分冷静，让人民不会感到紧张。calm 是冷静的、镇静的，但是你是要说话冷静，是在修饰动作，所以你要用 calmly 副词。第五句 because of that most people believed him and so am I. 因此大部分民众信任他，我也是。如果你用 so 来表达肯定附和表达我也是的话，好，让我慢慢讲。好，如果你要用 so 来表达肯定附和的话，你是 so 加上 be 动词或助动词加主词，你去看主要子句是什么样的动词，再来做决定。那因为前面它是过去式，而且又是 believe 一般动词，所以你用 so did I 不是 so am I。好啦，不管怎么样，我还以为我会成功，可恶啦！不管怎么样，我们下次继续努力加油咯，下次见，拜拜。See you next time.